Animating in Maya is a lot like animating on paper. You define the keyframes, and Maya fills in the rest. You can keyframe almost anything, from an object's position, orientation, and scale, to even its color and shape. To set a keyframe, first select a start frame in the time slider. You can increase or decrease the number of frames shown on the time slider here. Select your object and press S to keyframe all of its attributes at once. Keyframes appear as red lines in the time slider, as well as in the attribute editor and channel box. Once your start frame is set, you can choose an end frame, change the object, then press S again to keyframe everything, or Shift W, E, or R to keyframe just the translation, rotation, or scale. You can even right-click one attribute to keyframe just it specifically. In general, the fewer keyframes you can get away with, the better. Try to keep your channel box as neat and tidy as possible. Now when you press the play button, the object animates. By default, 24 frames equals 1 second of animation, which is optimal for film. Video games tend to run at 30 to 60 frames per second. You can also adjust the playback speed setting by right-clicking the time slider. Usually you'll leave this on real time to get a true sense of your animation speed. You can then add additional keyframes before, after, or even in between existing ones. You can delete keyframes by right-clicking either the channel box or time slider. Shift-dragging either lets you select multiple items at once for deletion. Or in the case of the time slider, repositioning, or scaling. These are great for making quick, general timing adjustments to your animation. To make more detailed timing adjustments, open the graph editor. This shows the selected object's keyframe progression over time, and is one of the best ways to get a sense of your animation's flow. You can isolate specific attributes by selecting them. And navigate using similar controls as the viewport. Select points and adjust their curvature by dragging tangents. Gentle slopes indicate gradual ease in or ease out, while sharp slopes make the animation more uniform or abrupt. You can change the type of curvature using these buttons. You can also move or delete keyframes here too, which is handy for modifying specific keyframes on specific attributes while leaving the rest of the animation alone. Finally, if you don't want to bother with setting keyframes manually, you can turn on Auto Keyframe down here. When this is on, Maya will automatically create keyframes anytime you change an object's attributes. Just be careful. This can quickly snowball and fill your time slider with a lot of keyframes.